Hello Army everyone, welcome back to K-Pop Today channel. Today we will present a new video that is very interesting to watch. Is this the most touching farewell? In BTS history, why did the other soldiers who witnessed this moment feel the emotional atmosphere? And the most surprising thing is that this is the last time Jungkook and Taehyung met before military duty. They really parted on a cold morning at the military camp. The atmosphere that is usually full of strict routines turned into a touching moment. Two young men stood in front of the military uniform gate, but there was something different in their eyes, sadness that could not be hidden. They were Jungkook and Kim Taehyung, two BTS members who are currently undergoing military service in different divisions. When that day came, they had to separate for quite a long time. The atmosphere at the camp became more emotional than usual. Some soldiers who knew them during training even held their breath as if they also felt the weight of this separation. Jungkook, with a stiff face, tried to smile, hugging Taehyung. Both hands patted his best friend's back as if giving him strength, but behind all that his eyes were glassy. Taehyung held the hug tightly as if he was reluctant to let go of Jungkook. Oddly enough, it wasn't just Jungkook and Taehyung who felt the burden of this separation. Other soldiers who witnessed the incident were also carried away by the emotional atmosphere. Some of them were even seen wiping away tears, secretly not wanting to be seen by their superiors. "I've never seen a separation like this before," whispered a soldier to his comrade. This moment seemed to prove that the friendship that had been built over the years would not fade just because of military service. There was something deeper between them, a sense of mutual support, mutual trust, and more importantly, a sense of caring for each other even though they were now in different places. But there was something more surprising than all this. Before finally separating, Taehyung and Jungkook whispered to each other. No one knew for sure what they said to each other, but some soldiers who were close enough to hear the sentence that made them more emotional than a promise. What promise did they make? Was it about something they would do after their military service ended, or was it a promise to stay strong until they met again? The soldiers who heard the conversation became more curious. Some of them even asked each other questions, but no one really knew for sure when the news of Jungkook and Taehyung's breakup reached Bang Si-hyuk, the founder of HYBE and the figure who has always supported BTS from the start. He gave a surprising reaction I posted on social media. A very big response from BTS fans around the world. The army who has followed Jungkook and Taehyung's journey since their debut felt even more emotional reading the message, but there was one big question that continued to echo among fans: what exactly did they promise each other? The moment of separation was getting closer. Jungkook finally took something out of his pocket. A small object that he gave to Taehyung with a serious expression. "I want you to keep it, it will remind us of everything we have been through." Jungkook said. Taehyung accepted the object, looking at it meaningfully before tucking it into his uniform. Taehyung nodded slowly, then with one deep breath they finally released their hug. Taehyung stepped back, giving Jungkook one last look before finally turning around and walking away. Jungkook remained where he was, staring at his best friend's back until his figure disappeared into the distance. The soldiers who witnessed this moment could only be silent. No words could describe their feelings. There was only silence filled with emotions that were difficult to explain. With their separation, even a big question arose in the minds of fans about their respective military journeys, whether they would be able to meet again before their military service ended, and the most curious thing was whether the promise they made would be revealed one day. A new chapter in their meaningful story. After that terrible moment of separation, Jungkook and Taehyung's military life really began. They were now in different environments with different leadership and training systems, but even though they had separated, there was something that still felt connecting them. Jungkook quickly caught the attention of the other soldiers, not only because of his status as a member of BTS but also because of his extraordinary work ethic. He never complained, always being the first in various physical exercises, and remained humble even though the people around him admired him. But behind all that there were times when he looked pensive, especially when night fell, when silence enveloped the barracks and only the sound of the wind was heard. When this news reached Jungkook's ears, his heart was beating fast. Did this mean that Taehyung was close, but fate seemed to still want to test them? When Jungkook rushed to see the situation, he was a few minutes late. The team from Taehyung's division had left, only leaving a trail of vehicles that led them back to their headquarters. Jungkook was silent in his place, staring at the road that had just been passed by military vehicles. Thank you, Army, for watching this video. Continue to support this channel by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. See you in the next video, ARMY.